Hello, this is Sheshachalam from Astroguide Mysore. So today we are seeing the yoga for not only becoming a good speaker, he should be a witty, fast-minded. Witty means fast-minded. They know how to grasp things immediately from the situation, spontaneous. So spontaneous speaker who can also be a comedian, a jester, and a stand-up comedian kind of a person. So Parihasika yoga, a very different kind of a yoga, and it is very difficult for this to be formed. It is not easy for this yoga to be formed. So let us understand this yoga. So the first criteria of Parihasika yoga, so let us call this yoga of a comedian or a stand-up comedian, or even that he is a witty jester. So Navamsha dispositor of sun should attain Vaisheshikamsha. It's only one condition. Navamsha dispositor of sun should attain Vaisheshikamsha and be. So it is one condition only. So it should say attain Vaisheshikamsha and be placed in the second house of D1. So let us take the sun being placed in a Navamsha of Jupiter. So bringing back Jupiter and seeing where he is in the D1 chart. So this is the D9 chart. This is the Navamsha. And this is the Rashi. So bringing back Jupiter into the Rashi, we need to see that Jupiter is well placed. Just taking a very simple example, Jupiter is well placed and in the second house of D1. It should attain Vaisheshikamsha. What is Vaisheshika? The meaning Vaisheshika comes out of the word Vishesha. Vishesha, Vaisheshika. So, all those special, what we call as levels which are attained by a planet due to their repetitive placements in the divisional charts. Special status attained. So, how do we know that the planet has achieved a special status in a chart? So, for example, if a planet like Jupiter, now I have taken, if he is in his friend's house, so this is the last one. Friend's sign, not friend's house, friend's sign. Then comes, Mula Trikona, own sign, exaltation position. So anyway, this is here and this is here. So exaltation position, great. Own sign, again, very good. Mula Trikona, yes, excellent position. So let us take this position of Jupiter in such a position that he is attaining number of iterations into the 13 amshas which have been decided they have been listed in many things. So Paradipika also tells 13. So I will just tell you, if the planet in D1, D2, D3 like that is placed either in exaltation, Mula Trikona, own sign or friend sign, will start attaining Vaisheshikamsha. And if it is attaining 2 times out of 13, it is Parijatamsha, 3 times Uttamamsha, 4 times Gopuramsha, then 5 is Simhamsha, 6 Parvatamsha, 7 Devalokamsha, 8 is Swargamsha or Kunkumamsha, 9 Airavatamsha, 10 is Vaishnavamsha, 11 is Shaivamsha, 12th one is Bhaswadamsha, and 13th is Vaisheshikamsha. So 13 times, if Jupiter is placed in all the 13 divisional charts in either exaltation, Mula Trikona, own sign, or friend sign, then Jupiter, in this example, I'm telling, other planets also to be considered. In this example, will be in Vaisheshikamsha. So we know that Jupiter attains Mula Trikona from 0 degrees to 13 degrees in Mula Nakshatra. That's one thing. And Jupiter is in his own sign for the rest of the placement here. He is in his own sign if he is here in the divisional charts, I'm telling. And he is exalted here. So, own sign, Mula Trikona, exaltation, friendly signs, and own sign. So, 1, 2, 3, 4 friendly signs. So, own sign. So, there are these positions where Jupiter repetitively, if it is placed 13 times in all the 13 Vargas, Varga Chakras, that is the divisional charts, then it is said to be in Vaisheshika Amsha, Vishesha Amsha, special Amsha. So, if that is the case, then it is sitting in the second house, the voice. The third house is communication. This is communication. This is voice, which is also known as Vaksthana. Vak, the word vak. Vak has become voice. Vaksthana is where you can modulate your tone, and if the speech, house of speech, the second house, you have a beautiful planet like Jupiter, and if it has attained Vaisheshikamsha, and that is the dispositor, that is where the sun is placed in the D9, that is the Navamsha, it attains very good position for a person to become a court jester, a comedian, a stand-up speaker, even a person who knows how to deliver, any given good subject. A matter of fact that he has the strength and ability, or what we call as the capability of putting across a subject. This has to be with a good teacher, because nowadays we don't go to school or college and sit there to see the boring face of the teacher. We don't want a boring teacher. We want a teacher who is spontaneous, hilarious, humorous, happy, witty, and is able to catch the attention of the class rather than simply executing his work, simply doing something on the board, and you people are there simply trying to copy things down. We don't want those teachers. We want those teachers who are able to connect the subject. The subject might be a little tough, boring, and it might be off taste, but connect the subject and deliver it to the students. So, in this particular thing, we can understand that the importance of the role of language, versatility, or the vocabulary of words, and the sentence making, the grip on the language and the subject, that is the moon, the communication, which is the third lord, and then we have the lord of communication, that is the karaka for communication, Mercury. These three fellows also have to be strong, because a person who can deliver a speech and he is very good at it can also be a person who is antisocial. We want a person who is ethical. Parihasika yoga, you can see many people coming on stage making critical accusations along with their stand-up, trying to grasp the attention of public by their negative irony and humor. This is the trend what this society is pulling us into. When they make fun of somebody, when they are pulling the leg of somebody, when they are making somebody's personal life public on stage and hilariously laughing at it, you can see many people will, actually the whole audience will be happy, clapping, enjoying. And they are happy because they are not the subject of matter of that particular comedy. Try to understand. So, an ethical stand-up comedian is very tough to find. A beautiful mimicry artist, an artist who can bring life to the evening, because of all the evening shows, you'll be waiting for that mimicry artist to come there. You know, he will be taking out voices of cartoon, characters. He'll be taking voices of great actors. He is able to catch the the pulse of the crowd. So this is the yoga in which a person is the most wanted in social parties and circles. He will light up the crowd. He will actually put in what we call as the party started when he entered. So that is this yoga. So I am not giving too many examples here. This is the example, but Jupiter here is just an example, but Sun is the most important planet here, and that's how it is.
Sun, because it gives confidence.
Yeah.
That's why they have taken
Sun because Sun represents the strength and capability of a person to stand in front of thousands and millions and deliver it. So that's how it is. So a good Vaisheshikamsha placed planet anywhere in the chart will give its own beautiful results. So you will need to check.
One more example is like a speaker who is talking from his religious institution.
Yeah,
For example, ISKCON. There are so many monks, but everybody will
not everybody will be in the limelight. The person who can catch that pulse of the audience, who can relate, who can bring them together, a hilarious person, a very beautifully delivered sermon, that works.
So it's like it depends on the planets. So since it is Jupiter, so it may be a religious person.
Yes.
So if it is a Mercury or Mars or Moon, then they can be a comedian. So it depends from planet to planet.
Correct.
So there are lot of variations in each and every.
Lot of variations. This is a very open yoga for you people. You can start seeing those charts of people who are good speakers. Take those charts and see how is the second lord placed, how is the second house placed, who is there in the second house, how many Vaisheshikamshas, whether it is in Gopuramsha or it is in Parijatamsha. Please check the second lord. Please check Mercury. Please check Moon. This is how the research has to be done. So thank you very much for today's class.